All right, Coach Anna Collier, our new sand volleyball coach. I would say welcome to USC, but really it's welcome back to USC. How does it feel to return to your alma mater to start up this program?
Well, that's probably one of the most exciting pieces of this, is I graduated here from USC, and you walk into my office at Santa Monica and paraphernalia, all USC. So for me to come back here and have this opportunity to develop a program from the start is really exciting. Southern California is the hotbed of beach volleyball. I think we're going to be very successful, and yes, I'm so happy to be back.
How important is it that USC is really getting out in front of this sport and starting the program in the early stages and bringing you in to run it?
I think it's extremely important. I think USC is the pinnacle. I think that we set the tone, and I think USC coming out strong, hiring me, stating we're going to have a program is going to stimulate the rest of the schools to get on board and to have a program. It is a great opportunity for women. It's another opportunity for women. I think it's going to help support some of the indoor programs. I think women that are considering both sports will come here because we do now have sand, and I think everybody else is just going to have to catch up with us because we've made this strong move to have a successful program here.
Give us an idea of some of the logistics. How are we doing on a stadium? What is the format going to be like when the team does compete? When does competition start? That kind of stuff.
Well, the fall season, which is the indoor season, will be our off season. So we'll have that NC2A rule of only 8 hours of training and practice and a couple of competitions. Right now, the stadium is in development, so we will probably have to find an off-site campus where we can train the athletes for the fall semester. Then in spring, we will have our season. We could have a total of 16 competitions throughout the season. It will be scored very similar to tennis, where we will have 5 teams of doubles, and whoever basically gets the 3 wins first will win the dual competition. I think perhaps that we might have double dual competitions, or even try competitions, if even that's vernacular yet. I may be creating this as we go along, because I think we're going to want to compete multiple schools at the same time. Most women in volleyball, beach volleyball, are used to having more than one match a day. So they're ready to compete. So I see it as a multi-competition with several schools during a 2-day tournament. So does that answer your question?
It does. How many scholarships, if you could break that down, will be made available to you immediately? And then how will your relationship, scholarship-wise and player recruitment-wise, work in conjunction with the indoor women's volleyball team?
Okay, so the NC2A has set some rules on that. So if you do come here to USC on a sand volleyball scholarship, you cannot play indoor. If you're on an indoor scholarship and you would like the opportunity to play sand, I'm sure in consultation with the head coach, Mick Haley, you can play sand. Right now, USC has offered 1 full scholarship, and Gina Urango will be having that scholarship for the spring 2012, our first season. Then the NC2A has said that you can have 3 the first year, 4 the following, and up to 6 full rides for sand volleyball if you have an indoor program. If you don't have an indoor program, I believe you can have up to 8 scholarships. And it is a sport where scholarships could be divvied up if necessary. They don't have to be 1 person per scholarship. And I think since it is like tennis, we will want a lot of good players. That may be something that we like to look at, is getting in players that we do perhaps split scholarships or move them around a little rather than just 1 for 1.
And you mentioned Gina Urango, obviously a player that had success with the indoor team. How much does that translate? Do the 2 games translate that you'll be able to pull, or how much will working on the sand with you be able to help Mick Haley's team?
Well, if you're asking me, the sand coach, I believe strongly in all indoor players having an off season on the sand. I think it helps strengthen you. I think it helps your overall game. Indoor, we sometimes pigeonhole the athletes a little bit. You're an outside, you're a middle, you're a libero, you're a setter. Well, sorry, on the sand, that's not going to work. You have to be able to pass on a dime, set in the wind, and put the ball down. So you need all those aspects on the sand, and I think if I can teach those to them and have a little more time with them to be able to really incorporate all aspects of the game, it's only going to benefit the indoor game and benefit Mick Haley in the fall, because they're going to come back a better athlete, a better volleyball player all around, in my opinion.
As a coach, you've worked with some of the greatest athletes in the sand or beach volleyball game. What does that experience do for the women that you'll be coaching here, and what is your sort of unique coaching philosophy, if you will?
That's an excellent question. Don't ask my athletes. For me, I started maybe 15 years ago, and I was fortunate enough to have some of the top professional players. And then once the International Olympic Committee decided to make it an Olympic sport, I was able to take 2 teams to 2 separate Olympics. So that's the very elite level that I've had. And so I have that experience so that when we get into competition where it is going to be the national championships or some really high-level competition, I've been there. I know how to prepare them mentally and physically. 2 years ago, I started working with the youth, with the USA Youth Program and High Performance. So then I had to change a little bit to become more of a teacher and to teach the skills and to really develop these young players. And as you asked, next week I'm heading off to the World University Games in China, where I will be taking some of these players that I've developed. So in doing that, through my career, I've had both ends of it, if you will, and I think that lets me bring to the table a really unique coaching style in that I can teach you if you're just coming out, but yet once you get that elite level, I know how to help you win. Now, my unique style is I'm very aggressive. I'm very passionate. I perhaps don't know all the skills as well as maybe someone else, but I will make you play the best game you can play as an individual. I bring out the best in each player. I sometimes have players do things that they really didn't know themselves that they could do, and I feel that is really my strength, my passion for the game and my ability to draw out of you the best you can be. And that's my Trojan background.
Finally, what are your immediate goals, immediate initiatives that you need to take to get this program kickstarted right away?
My immediate goals are to get a team together, to get my 10 players, to get a site to train off season, to really work with the administration and move forward on the on-site facility, and to be in compliance and get everybody in school and make sure they're academically sound and build a really good foundation, because I see this as the foundation for USC. I need to set a tone right here that we are student athletes, that we are going to be training hard, and we're going to go into class and we're going to be competitive, and in the end we're going to be better citizens for it, and we're going to win. And that's really my goals, is to really establish a foundation for the future of sand volleyball here at USC.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck and welcome back.
Thank you.